Joni, such a contrast in your UTA game and your Colorado game. Is that a little bit of still maybe the learning process with so many new players, whatever? What about such, from a pretty much listening and watching the game from a low to then to a high?
Yeah, I think that we lacked a level of focus and concentration for UTA, and that's disappointing. I have a lot of respect for Sharika and what she does and that team. They're very talented, and so I don't know why we wouldn't come out and be prepared for them and attack them the way we've attacked our other games, but we did not. And I can't say it's lack of playing together or anything else. It was very disappointing to watch. Obviously, Na got in foul trouble, some of that to her own detriment. We've talked about that with her, but we were never in sync offensively. We missed some shots we normally make. And I've watched that film over and over. Again, credit them for getting a really good win against us in Hawaii. But I think for the first time, we let not making shots affect how we defended and affect our overall game plan.
But then, once again, then you followed
Yeah.
up with a good game. Better that probably happened in Hawaii than instead somewhere in January, possibly.
I certainly hope we've learned from it. The one thing that I said was their ability to. I mean, that was a quick turnaround. We played that game at a whatever time in the afternoon on a Monday. We get back, we have a little bit of time to eat, then we watch film, and we have to figure out how to process what just happened, have some really hard conversations about what just happened, and then get ready to prepare for a Colorado team that's really good. And we had a 1 hour shoot around the next morning and played the game, and I thought it was a tale of two teams. Like, we were extremely locked in. I thought we played really hard. I thought we defended well. We followed the game plan. We got the shots we wanted. And so that's who we've got to continue to be. And so I was very proud of their resiliency, their ability to lock in and bounce back after what was the disappointing loss on Monday.
I know you've got a few games, early in the season to look at, but it is this Georgia Tech team, a lot of new transfers, new team. I guess you're familiar with Erica Moon, but just kind of how has it been difficult to prepare for a team like this?
No, I mean, I like their team. Karen's been an assistant for a really long time. I have a ton of respect for what she did at SMU and at Maryland. She's got a lot of talent. She's got some players hurt right now, and so I am ignoring what their record is because I do fully believe if she had all of her players available, her record would look totally different. I don't know if they're playing against us tomorrow or not. We're going to prepare like they are. But she's got all the pieces. She's got good guard play. She's got good forwards. They lead the ACC in rebounding, which is a really good conference. They lead the ACC in bench points in a really good conference. And so, they're going to come in here hungry. They play really hard. They're tough. So we're going to have a fight on our hands.
Last couple of years, this ACC, SEC challenge. I mean, you guys are undefeated. You have won the last two. The SEC won. I mean, it's a little bit like kind of conference pride going into, not just another regular game, I guess.
Well, of course, anytime there's a challenge, you want to be on the winning side of the challenge, like individually and for your conference. And so, for us, it's the first thing is always how do we continue to get better and take the next step for our team and our program. And we want that to be a win. And then obviously, if it results in us helping contribute to winning the ACC, SEC challenge, we'll take that too.
Beginning of the season, you spoke a little bit about the pieces of the players, and you haven't seen them all fit together and play together. Just how do you feel like the team's come along on that front?
I'm excited. Anita played in Colorado. T played against Colorado. Those were two players that was their first minutes they saw all year long, and what a game to go into. And I thought they both did extremely well. That just speaks to their ability to continue to show up every day in practice and get caught up. Remember, they were behind. Anita got here in August, but she was also coming off of an ACL injury. She didn't practice until a week before the season started. So she still is getting caught up. And that just speaks to her and T's ability to come in here every day, learn from our upperclassmen. They watch film, they get up extra shots, and they're continuing to figure things out. So I was excited to see them get minutes. Hopefully P will return to us soon and she can get back into the flow of things as well. But I do think that's something that we're continuing to progress in the right way in terms of all the pieces we have. Jordan's playing more minutes and, she played 25 minutes, I believe, against Colorado. So our players who have been on restriction or getting back into the flow of things are continuing to move in the right direction.
You mentioned that they lead the league in rebounding. When you look at the numbers, their three leading scorers are guards, and it looks like they're very, except for one person, everybody gets a lot of rebounds, you know, what have you, so is it their style that they seem to play a lot of people? Is this one you're gonna need your bench more, or just what about the matchup?
Yeah, they go really deep in their bench. I think they're able to get a ton of rebounds because they get to the paint really well, whether that's from passing it into the post. They're really good straight line drivers. They move well without the basketball in their hands, and so they're also scoring off of cuts. And so we've got to be on high alert in all of those areas. And so they're getting shots around the basket, and they have some players who obviously shoot the three really well. And so they're right there to rebound their own misses quite a bit. And also because of how well they play in the paint, they are just in position to rebound the basketball. But you can tell anybody who rebounds that well, that's a premium that they've put on, like, their identity.
Did you schedule this way to have these home games before leading into conference play, or is that just the way it worked out? Because what you need to.
Well, we don't control the ACC SEC challenge at all. The conferences get together; the ACC and SEC get together, and they decide who we're playing and if it's at home or on the road. So we had no control over that. We obviously are happy that we're playing at home. And then West Virginia is a return game. We went to West Virginia last year, so that game was going to be at home. And then we try to make sure that our game before Christmas, obviously, is at home too. So a bit of it was just how the schedule ended up working out.
Of course, obviously, you want to get better going into conference play, but what specifically might you want to look for in these last few games before you play Oklahoma?
Just continuing to put a complete game together, continuing to make sure that we have good flow in the things that we're doing on both sides of the basketball. We've thrown a few different schemes at them defensively. I would like to see us be able to be in a position to do some different things defensively that we've worked on in practice and haven't been able to show in the game. And so just continuing to add to our toolbox, I would say, on both sides of the basketball, because we're going to need a little bit of all of it once conference play starts. Whereas in the past, I think we've been predictable in some areas, and I love being predictable. I think for us, once we get to conference play, we're going to hopefully see or have the ability to do some different things offensively and defensively. So just continuing to add to our toolbox.
It's Wicked Night tomorrow. Have you seen the new movie?
I haven't seen the first one. Good Lord, I'll get in trouble for saying that. I haven't seen the first one. My kids have, obviously. And I haven't seen the second one. So I'm excited about it, though. Obviously, the promotion around it has been great. I know there's a lot of people who are excited about it. We're excited to get in there tomorrow and see all the things that marketing has done, and just to see the kids really enjoy tomorrow night.
Your kids have pink or green that they're wearing?
Probably both, if I had to guess. When Wicked came out the first time, they had full-on jumpsuits. And so it was funny, at the breakfast table this morning, JC actually accidentally, just without planning, ended up having on pink and green. So the conversation became like, oh, you should save that. You should have saved that for tomorrow. And she goes, no, we'll have jumpsuits for tomorrow. And I was like, oh, really? So I got some work to do between now and 6:15 tomorrow.
So you guys have played the least amount of games of any SEC
Yeah.
team. Are you guys going to be under the limit, or is that designed, or what about that?
We have. It wasn't by design. We had some teams that dropped out on us late, and
Plural teams, not just one. Okay.
and we just ended up not rescheduling it. We even tried a week ago to schedule a game. We saw that another game got dropped somewhere else, and we actually called last week trying to pick a game up. So it wasn't by design. We'll be fine as it relates to the limit, but it wasn't by design to only have non-conference games. Yeah.
You'll be one or two under, then, or more than one? At least one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.